In a quiet village nestled between two mountains, there was an old man named Elias who lived by himself in a small stone house. Elias wasn't like the others in the village. He had no family and rarely left his home. What made him different, though, was the garden that grew behind his house. No one in the village could understand how Elias's garden bloomed all year long, even through the harshest winters. Rumors spread that Elias possessed some kind of magic, but he never confirmed or denied it. Instead, he'd just smile and say, "The garden listens to those who speak to it kindly." One autumn, a young girl named Lila, curious about the mystery, decided to visit Elias. Her family had fallen on hard times, and their crops had failed that year. She wanted to know the secret behind his always flourishing garden. When Lila knocked on his door, Elias greeted her warmly and led her into his garden. "What do you see?" he asked. Lila looked around. She saw roses as red as dawn, vines heavy with ripe tomatoes, and trees full of apples. But nothing seemed out of the ordinary. "Just plants," she said. Elias smiled again, knelt down by a rose bush, and whispered something Lila couldn't hear. To her amazement, the rose bloomed larger, brighter than before. She gasped, and Elias laughed softly. "You see," he said, "the plants here aren't magical. They thrive because I listen to them. They tell me what they need, more sun, more water, or sometimes just a little care. But you have to be patient, and you have to believe." Lila wasn't sure if she believed Elias, but she thanked him and returned to her family's failing fields. For the next few weeks, she tried what Elias had taught her. She whispered to the crops, waited for them to respond, and tended to them with care. At first, nothing happened, but slowly, as if by some unseen hand, her family's crops began to grow again. The fields that had once been barren came to life, and by spring, they were the envy of the village. Word spread about Lila's miraculous harvest, and one by one, villagers came to her, asking for advice. And just like Elias had done, she smiled and said, "The garden listens to those who speak to it kindly." 1. This story hints at the power of patience, care, and belief. Sometimes it's not about magic, but about the connection we nurture with the world around us.